Open up your notes in your video section and title this Comp Practice Quarter 3, Number 1. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some division. So we're going to divide 103.2 by 24. We're going to put our decimal up in our answer. We're going to do 24 times 4 is going to give us a number that is closest to 103. It gives us 96. We're going to subtract, bring down the 2. 24 times 3 gives us 72, so our answer is 4.3. Now we're going to do the square root of 36. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 36 and we're going to break it down into 6 times 6. And then we're going to break it down into 2 times 3, and we're going to break it down into 2 times 3. So I'm going to look at my 36, and I have a set of 2's. And so that pair of 2's, like when you play Go Fish, you're going to take them out, and you're going to take them out of the square root. And then we also have a pair of 3's. We're going to take them out and put that outside of the square root. So you'll notice that I don't have anything left inside of the square root, so the square root is blank. So that means all I need to do is multiply 2 times 3, and I get 6. And this would be positive or negative 6. But in the case that this problem is the way that it's written, it doesn't have a plus or minus here, so it's just looking for the positive answer. So the positive answer would be 6. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply. So I'm going to multiply 1.6 times 3.1. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. Hold my place value. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry your 1. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. I'm going to go ahead and add 6, 9, and 4. I need to count the number of digits that are behind the decimal. So I have 1 behind the first, 1 number behind the decimal in the first number, and 1 digit behind the decimal in the second number. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go 2 places, put in my decimal. Now notice that this was a negative, so a negative times a positive is a negative, so my answer is going to be negative 496. All right, I'm going to solve for h. So I'm going to write a is equal to 1/2 bh. I'm going to ask the question, is the h on the left? It's not. So I'm going to do symmetrical property and get the h on the left. Now I'm going to multiply by 2 over 1. Multiply by 2 over 1. So I have bh is equal to 2a. I'm solving for h. So what math operation is the b doing? It's multiplying. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. I'm going to divide both sides by b, so h is equal to 2a divided by b. Now I'm also going to solve for b. So now I'm going to do a is equal to 1/2 bh. Is the b on the left? It's not. So I'm going to do 1/2 bh is equal to a. The 2 is dividing by 1, so the opposite of dividing by 2 is multiplying by 2. So I have BH is equal to 2A. Now I need to solve for B. So what math operation is the B and the H doing? They're multiplying. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. I'm going to divide both sides by H, and that's going to give me B is equal to 2A divided by H. Now I'm going to multiply. There's 2 different ways of doing this one. The first one is to know that this really means x times x times x times x. There's 5 x's times x times x times x, 3 x's. So if you count up the x's, you get x to the 8. Now the shortcut way is simply to write 5 plus 3 because you're going to add the exponents, and that will give you x to the 8th power. And now you're ready for your comp quiz.